Connecting the Dots to Success on BCTV is supported by Berk's Community Action Program.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited. I'm glad you guys can be here. I have a treat for y'all. As you know, this is Connecting the Dots to Success, and where we talk to entrepreneurs and influencers and people that are doing the work in the community. And this gentleman here that I have in the studio with me today, he really doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to do one anyway, right? So I made sure that I wrote it down so it can be done right. So for today's interview, I'm thrilled to introduce a true visionary in the world of branding and visual communications. He is an award-winning muralist and a seasoned brand strategist with over 16 years of experience. He has been featured in many publications. We're talking Vibe magazine, Essence. He's worked with notable artists. He's done a plethora of things throughout his tenure. He has been featured, again, in many publications. He is the visionary and founder of Don't Quit Omniversity and the president of Theron Cook Art Foundation. He is dedicated to a career to serving both creative students and business owners by crafting innovative visual communication systems that inspire and drive marketing success. Through his transformative Brand Smart philosophy, which focuses on personal and business growth from the inside out, he empowers others to don't quit in their pursuit of excellence. His mission is clear, is to inspire, educate, and empower through visible communications, solutions, and his work continues to elevate and create industries and entrepreneurs alike. I'm excited to dive into the mind of this brilliant individual, Mr. Theron Cook. How you doing, my brother?
Good. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. So Theron is, as I just mentioned, is an accomplished artist. He's been around in the community doing lots and lots of work. So to start off, Theron, I want to start from the beginning, right? I want to start from when you first got started. I believe I was looking at your bio, and you had spoke about your childhood and how you became interested and how you got introduced to the arts. You had got an injury, injured your foot during a basketball. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
It was more than that. It was a foot problem I dealt with in my younger years. I just kind of suppressed it and kind of pushed through it just to participate in sports. Mm-hmm. But as I got older, it just got worse, and I had to come to terms that I wouldn't be able to pursue the game of basketball the way I would like to. Mm-hmm. So, that kind of put me to have to make a hard decision, which was to pivot and to find another outlet that I could kind of express myself as a young teen. So that's how that kind of went.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So now when you say the game of basketball, now you're talking my language, right?
Yeah.
So how serious was basketball for you in that point in time? Was it more recreational, or was it something that you actually seen yourself, doing? Like, did you want to take it far?
Absolutely. That's a great question because it started recreational. I actually was playing basketball with my childhood friends, and I looked at sports as like really, it was like it merged the cultures together, if you know what I mean. We had a common activity without looking at surface level observation, meaning race and stuff like that. So I created a lot of friendships based on, playing a game of basketball.
Yeah.
So I have to tell this story. So we all tried out middle school basketball.
Okay. What middle school you went to?
Northeast Middle School.
Oh, I thought you said Northwest. Northwest, But go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'll say this, but I just want to build some context around what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So we all tried out. I was the one that got cut. But in our little circle, I mean, maybe my friends, back me up on this, but they would say I was one of the best ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did get cut, so, and then my father was like, you know what, practice the whole summer. So I did. Tried out the next year, got on the team, worked my way up, got most valuable player. Then I got MVP, and that kind of built my confidence up. So then that's when I started taking it seriously. And I thought I was going to be going to the NBA, to be honest. So to answer your question, yes, recreational, but it grew into a serious effort to try to make it to the league, which I had to come to terms, in my high school years.
That is so dope because, growing up in the inner city, I think we all have hoop dreams, right? We all have aspirations of making it in some type of professional sport, rather if it's basketball, football, mainly those in particular, right? And the fact that, you got cut from the team, but then you worked all summer and came back dedicated, it showed your level of stick-to-itiveness and your level of commitment, right? Because a lot of times people, they deal with these different type of things. Because I know a lot of kids, similar story, right? Tried out for the team, didn't make the team, and they didn't practice during the summer. You know what I mean? A lot of them turned to the streets. You know what I mean? And I remember it was a pivotal time because this is like freshman year of high school, and playing for Reading High was something. You know what I mean? And it's like when those hoop dreams were crushed, I remember these kids like that I grew up with. They just like all of a sudden they just turned to the streets. So would you say that was how you got introduced into the fine arts? How did the fine arts come into play? Like, where did that come from after basketball?
Yeah, that's a good question too. So, funny story, but I'm not gonna get into details. But one of my friends was into art class, and he suggested I, take the elective, in high school, basic art class. And I tried it out, and I gravitated towards it, because when you're younger, you kind of draw with your friends and just basic activity of drawing and things of that nature. And it sparked again, and this was like 10th grade. It sparked, and then I started really just, doing the basic projects and things of that nature. So it was just that spark there, and then I continued it in 11th and 12th.
Okay.
And with the best thing that really jump started everything was a gift from my father. It's like he saw what I was gravitating towards the arts, and he bought me a paint set. Now at the time I was just doing different tools to express myself in the visual arts.
Yeah.
But when he bought a paint set, I was shocked. I was like, I'm too old for Easter basket type thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay. So I used those paints and brushes to do murals on my bedroom wall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I painted everything.
Okay.
And I found that self-expression outlet.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the jump start.
That
And
was the spark.
That sparked everything.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
profound. That's powerful.
Yeah.
So from an observation that your father made, he's seen something in you to where as though you showed a little inkling of interest in the arts, and he pretty much added fuel to the fire. He said, you know what? That's what parents do, man. I think that fathers in particular, you know what I mean, we're very observant of our children, and we always try to put them in best position. So that's dope. Yeah. So let me ask you, did you ever have like those drawing books where you get to like finish the line? You have to use the line to kind of draw. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. At one point, yes.
Okay.
Because I was.
You could draw like Donkey Kong figures. You could draw like Mario Brothers and all that. Because I used to be in the arts a little bit myself, not to your degree, but I remember using those books, trying to learn how to draw, and a lot of people started that way.
Yeah, a lot of people get exposed to the basics of art. You know, it's in our schools, you know, elementary and stuff like arts and crafts. And to answer your question, yes. And, you know, a lot of people grow out of, you know, the arts and crafts because adulting is adulting, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I love your philosophy because you say that art is everything, right? Yeah. Art is everything, and everything is art, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's correct.
So can you deep dive into that and break that down by the meaning behind that?
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, some people would be opposed to that saying or that philosophy. We could look at these chairs that we're sitting on right now, and they could be designed in many different ways. And the many different ways of designing something that's functional and useful to us can be created in different expressions of that function or purpose of the thing that's actually created. So with those different perspectives of that creation is art. The way you look at it, the way you design it, the way you present it to the world or the audience or client, whatever that is, the way you present it is a perspective, is a certain perspective, a unique perspective. So that unique perspective of presentation is a certain expression. So that expression is your art. You know, you're contributing to the experience by your perspective of what you have to offer. So your offerings is your creation, which is your art, your perspective. So.
That's powerful. And because, as you said, it's literally art is in the fabric of everything that you do, and everything that exists. It's an art form to a certain extent. Yeah. And so what was it that drove you to the visual communication in the way that you do it, right? Because with that understanding, you could have been an architect, you could have been an engineer, but you chose to do more so of self-expression, right? More so of paintings. What kind of drew you to that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked because I look at it from a holistic standpoint. So I have all of those attributes ingrained in one. So when you're looking at a painting of mine in particular, now we could talk about illustrators, we could talk about fine artists, graphic artists. You know, we could define those lines by the different practices. I utilize all the disciplines, techniques, and strategies to express concepts and ideas, and in particular, different opposing views, different concepts that people separate and articulate and box off. I put together so I'm encouraging a bigger picture, a broader viewpoint. So that's my objective, is to really, connect the dots with my art, and so I really articulate different concepts and ideas within my paintings. So when you talk about architecture, you talk about science, you talk about math, all that
Facts.
goes into my paintings. All that understanding, because it's a feeling I'm creating. It's like a loyalty trust factor of what you're looking at makes sense. It comforts you, and it's like, I never thought of it like that, but it makes sense. And when you broaden your understanding and your perspective of these concepts and ideas that I address, you'll see it in a different light, and it'll alleviate some of the complicated, mysteries of life. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you. So what do you want? What is your main objective, or what it is that you want people to take away from your art? What do you want them? What do you want them to experience when they see a Theron art piece?
Yeah, definitely. It's just a mirror. It's just, I want them to see themselves. My whole thing is to educate or shed light on yourself, because I look at everyone that I encounter or that's around me or that, on a day-to-day, I look at them as a expression of myself, a counterpart of myself that I could learn from. And everything that I introduce and present is just the mirror effect. You're looking in the mirror, and if it agitates you or it doesn't sit right with you, if you look into that, that's work that could be done for growth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's the mirror effect. Even everything that I do, my activity of life, my business is just a mirror effect. Learning about yourself for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's pretty interesting, because that could be difficult for people, right? To see their reflection and to really deal with that and deal with their reflection.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's different. I've heard artists say that they want people to feel this emotion, that emotion, but you're saying that you want people to see themselves in your painting. That's a different approach, and unique one, I would say. So, as I mentioned during the introduction, you're also the founder of Theron Cook Art Foundation, which I've helped them start. It's shameless plug, and also Don't Quit Omniversity. So with Don't Quit Omniversity, can you talk about that a little bit? What is the ideal behind that brand and that business?
Yeah, great question. So it has to do with technology, and the more technology becomes more a part of our lives and integrated and embedded in our lives, the question arises, what is it like to be human, right? And my observation of the digital landscape is, as that becomes more prominent in our lives and the foundation of our interaction, it kind of we mimic the function of our own creation, which is technology. So I look at the mind and the heart as being a human, and I see that a lot of people operate without their mind or heart, in the sense of like zombie, like senseless acts or things
not
of that nature.
intentional enough.
Yeah, short-circuited, just cold, actional beings, if you will. But so me, looking into that observation, as a creative and as a businessman, I looked at what does it really take to be a creative and in business. And that transition and that journey really got me to build this platform for, based on my journey and how I had to do certain things to become a creative business owner. So I built a system and a platform called Brand Smarts, and it's the liaison between a creative mind, which operates more on the heart, the subconscious, the intangible, and then we have the business mind, logical, brain, numbers, concrete, no emotion. And these two opposites of the spectrum, if you will, with Don't Quit Omniversity, it's the education that allows creatives to be business owners and business owners to be creatives. Because, as a creative, the creator economy becomes more potent within our society.
Absolutely, yeah.
That, is content creation. We're literally, day-to-day people might not identify with being a brand or a media company, but utilizing an iPhone or a device like an iPhone on a day-to-day basis and interacting and putting content on the digital landscape.
You're part of the matrix. You're
a part of the system and you're a part of the game, whether you want to be or not. So it just transfers right over. And, not to be long-winded, but transparency is a thing that's talked about online and on a digital platform. And being transparent on that platform, you become vulnerable too. And the thing that I realize is regulation and education and context of the information. You know what I mean?
Hold on, say that again. Regulation,
context, and regulation, context, and what was
it was like regulation, something else, then context. But that was profound because the way I envision Omniversity from how you laid it out as a collaborative type of business, right? To where as though that you are empowering these people, as we say, that are part of the matrix, that are part of the system. You are empowering them with tools and resources to show them like, hey, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that's your hobby, this is a way to monetize it. You know what I mean? This is a way to take something that you do frivolously and potentially create a business out of it, right?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because monetization, as we know it, the common person, they look at monetization, they see the end result, and they try to get there as fast as they can, cut corners. But what Don't Quit Omniversity really emphasizes process, enjoying the journey and understanding the process, respecting the process, and that gets you the results that you desire. So that collaborative component is to respect the disciplines of others and be creative in the collaboration to bring forth something new and effective and innovative enough to always to contribute to improvement. You know what I mean? So just to give you like a synopsis of everything, because it's layers to it,
right,
but it's just the educational component to what I do. The visual communication aspect to what I do and bring forth, and then the branding aspect of it is the business part of a creative, and how it's a holistic approach, it's a lifestyle, so it's a whole lifestyle.
So what role do you envision Omniversity playing in the community in regards to how do you see that manifesting throughout the community? I know you do a lot of mural work and you do a lot of artwork, but with that, how do you envision that engaging the Omniversity?
Yeah, so learning how to learn and understanding what value is, you know what I mean? Those are the two main key points. So, you know, learning what value is, understanding yourself, and learning how to learn. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are three topics that we tackle with the Brand Smarts program.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so as we move forward, there's, you know, all the tools are available, right? You got to know how to use the tools, what to use the tools for, not abuse the tools, you know what I'm saying? So there's a code of conduct with the way you conduct yourself as a business person,
Right.
per se, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right, so we have a spectacular event coming up next month, right?
Yes.
October 12th, Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Metamorphosis Gala.
Yes.
Could you close us out and talk about what we can expect at this gala, why people should come, and the importance of this gala and the time that you're having it?
Yes, absolutely. Metamorphosis Gala, right off the bat, you know, it's about mental health. So we talked about all these creative outlets and things of that nature, business, entrepreneurship. But in order to be a creative in business or a business person tapping into their creativity, you know, you have to have a certain mentality. It's a certain mind frame that you have to develop into to understand, you know, your purpose and your mission as, you know. So with that being said, the premise of the gala is to for mental health awareness and suicidal prevention, and for creatives and entrepreneurs. And we have a lot of different surprises, exclusive art collaborations. There's going to be food, music, entertainment, live music, entertainment, silent auction. It's going to be amazing. You know, the dress code is black tie creative, just meaning creativity sauce to a formal approach, but you don't gotta be in a tuxedo and get that much. You don't gotta be too
Come
stiff.
clean though. Come clean. Don't shortchange it. You gotta come. You know what I mean. Dress to impress.
Yeah, it's, you know, your own sauce and style. So, but it's gonna be a great event for a great cause, and we will be introducing this platform called Brand Smarts and Don't Quit Omniversity. And I will elaborate on what these systems and platforms mean to the community as we move forward in the future. You know, it's just it just is no brainer to me that creativity is gonna become more important in our daily lives as we move forward. And you know, I want to emphasize the importance of the outlets that are available for us to have self-expression, develop the skill, put the 10,000 hours in, become the professional, monetize, and contribute to the change and growth of our community.
Okay. And real quick, tell us where we could go purchase our tickets, and if you're looking for more sponsors, we didn't even get a chance to get into that, but where can people go to purchase tickets?
Yeah, they could go to my website, theroncooKart.com/metamorph. You can find a link to Eventbrite there. That's where you actually get the tickets, but you could go to the website, read more on what the event's about, and if you're interested in sponsorship, donations, or anything like that, you could go to my website and you'll find all the information there. That's the house of all the information. But the tickets are, you could go to Eventbrite, Metamorphosis Gala, and you'll see the admission fee there.
All right, so by the time this episode drop, you'll probably have like a week to get them. But, you know, we want you guys to understand that there's people in the community that reflect you, that have your reflection, and that has the same thought process that you have, right? And we want to make sure that we are, and that I am also bringing forth people to show the community that we are here, and we're here to make a difference. So without further ado, man, you know, we're going to be getting up out of here, but I want to thank people, the listeners, you know, for tapping in, for continuing to tap in to the platform. CEO will start connecting the dots to success, and it's only up from here. And Daisha the CEO. Peace.
Connecting the Dots to Success on BCTV is supported by Berks Community Action Program.